Watching Rogue One after Andor changed the viewing experience a lot more than you may expect. And if you still don't think Andor is the best piece of Star Wars we've ever had, then I don't know what to tell you. Andor set up Rogue One beautifully. The finale ended right before Rogue One started, making Rogue One, honestly, the true finale of Andor. And it's crazy how a movie that was released almost 10 years ago changed so much from a two-season show that just ended. There were a lot more emotions in this viewing, and the depth of these characters was only enhanced. And even though I knew how the movie was going to end, I was super attached to these characters this go around. And honestly, I I really loved it. I really, really loved it. Diego Luna as Andor is by far one of the best castings and performances ever. He has carried Andor and he carries Rogue One. I like that now that we know all these events and all the things that he's been through in Andor, we see it weigh on him so much. Upon watching Rogue One the first time, you get that he's an experienced rebel fighter and he's been through some shit. But now knowing those events, it's truly tremendous the acting job that Diego Luna did, where I don't know how much of this was penned when he was filming Rogue One, but the way he carries himself is the exact same as in Andor. And again, it's almost a 10-year difference. And it is the same exact iteration of the character. It is perfect. Yeah, I mean, obviously he looks a little bit younger, but he looks the exact same. The way he carries himself and the progression of it is so good. I don't know how he did that, but it was so good. And and I love how in the finale we did get the tease that we know the Kyber crystals, we know Scarif, Galen Erso, all of that. And then how it picked up right after when he went to go meet his contact that was embedded in the Saw Gerrera's faction, how he went there pretty much knowing everything, but then once he learned everything, we get to see him become all excited, and then he did learn some new things, but he finally got the stuff from Luthen confirmed, and I don't think I can view this movie the same way. It's just knowing all these events just changes the perspective of this movie so much. And I love how with Andor, we now see his backstory from the show Andor with KS2O, where we now get to see their friendship start, and then as they're now in the end stages of it, I just love those two characters together. Again, I think I've praised Alan Tudyk every single time I can, but he's such an amazing voice actor. I don't think I've seen him in anything bad. He's so funny, even when his character's being serious. His line delivery is just so funny. I think almost every line he makes me laugh. His death is so traumatic, and it's even more so seeing him in more scenes, getting more attached to him in the Andor show. Fucking beautiful. It was so good. And I love how we got Melshi here. And I completely forgot until Edward told me today that Melshi was the prisoner that Andor broke out with in season 1. I completely missed that. I don't know how I've gone years and just have glossed over that for so long, but I am so happy we got him here. We got him a little bit, probably not as much as we would have if this was filmed after Andor, but I'm happy he was included. We did, of course, get Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, and it's funny. In the finale, as with Andor Season 2, we got the recasting of Bail Organa. We now got Benjamin Bratt, and not having Benjamin Bratt on screen was kind of disappointing. I think I like his iteration better, and I ended up missing him. And in the finale, I was thinking, I don't mind this recast at all, and he fits. And now going back to the old actor, it kind of feels a little bit off. Even though he was the actor from the prequels, I just got used to Benjamin Bratt so fast as he just quickly dove into the role, and he did an amazing job. I like how we saw a lot of the council, and we saw Devin, the base commander, or I don't remember his official title, but I like how they were all present in Andor, and they're still present here. And that was something that I honestly didn't really remember much going from Rogue One to Andor with a few years gap of not watching Rogue One. They tied it together beautifully. All the characters are present in Andor, and seeing them in Rogue One, again, with all this new experience and events that we now know, was just so well done. But perhaps one of the biggest changes that wasn't Andor was director Krennic. And after everything he went through with Deidre Miro and the leak of information on her account by Lonnie, and his character, I think, had one of the more drastic changes where before he seemed to be a little bit more attention starved and he was proud of his work, but he wanted the credit. Whereas now he seems a lot more compulsive, worried, and very much on edge as he knows from Andor Season 2 that he's next on the chopping block, where we didn't get that as much from Rogue One. And I love Ben Mendelsohn, and seeing him now with this new development, I think was very well done. I don't know how these actors were able to carry the weight. I guess they must have gotten some sort of backstory before they filmed, obviously, but again, I just wonder how much was written down and penned, as what they've done is just so good. And his mannerisms just had new meaning, and just the way he talked, the way he walked, his hurriedness was great. And I love seeing the reasons behind that. I love knowing why, as it just makes his performance all the better. And over these 10 years, I think Rogue One still holds up. Even after Andor, it holds up beautifully. There is not a single continuity issue. I love the scenery. Scarif is amazing and gorgeous. The battle on Scarif is one of my favorite Star Wars battles, period. The way they transition the fight, where they go from scene to scene, but like the way they do it, like for like a crashing ship or some blaster fire, is so well done. The director, hats off to him. Truly spectacular job. And I like how in Rogue One, they had the guts to actually kill off these characters. As with many like prequel stories and these new characters they introduced, such as like Ahsoka and other characters we've gotten like Clone Wars, like Rex, that still lived on past Rebels, that they actually killed them off instead of having them live, hoping they'll be popular enough to live off in a spinoff that takes place in the future. I'm glad they had the guts to kill them, as the emotional impact is so well done, and I am so glad that at the end of this movie, Andor and Jyn did not kiss. I know that was a complaint by some people. It was a very minute complaint, but I think because of everything with Bix, I am so happy they didn't. I'm glad they just got that hug. This movie is so emotionally satisfying, and even more so after Andor Season 2. Every actor in this movie is amazing. You just see the character, and this movie was already my favorite Star Wars film, but now because of Andor, it's so much better, and it's unquestionably my favorite Star Wars film. And if for any reason you haven't seen Andor yet or Rogue One, please do yourself the favor and watch it. If you haven't checked out a review yet for Andor, you can check it out right now, and you can see exactly why you have to watch this show.